Good morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed from Why Do We Fall Ill chapter Infectious Agents, different categories of infectious agents like bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoans, nematodes, and we have just learnt different diseases that are caused by bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoans, nematoda. We have learned the reason why categorization of different infectious agents is needed, because categorization is needed because to know what type of treatment, to know what type of treatment can be given to a particular disease. To know that particular thing, we are actually categorizing these organisms into different groups. Why antibiotics do not work? Antibiotics do not work on viruses. Why? Because viruses, they live inside the host cells. Viruses, they live inside the host cells, and antibiotics are made against the bacteria. Antibiotics are made against the bacteria. And where the bacteria live? Bacteria live outside the host cells. Bacteria live outside of the host cells, and antibiotics mostly they target the processes that involve the bacterial metabolic pathways, which are different from that of viruses, and viruses are having very less number of metabolic pathways. So generally, whatever the antibiotics that we use, they do not work on viruses. Infectious diseases can be communicated. So they are also called communicable diseases. Infectious diseases are also called communicable diseases. Why they are called communicable diseases? Because they can be communicated from one person to other person. As they can be communicated from one person to other person. But how can they get communicated from one person to other person? Infectious agents, how the disease will be getting communicated from one person to other person. Disease is caused by infectious agent. So that if infectious agent is transmitted from one person to other person, then automatically the disease also gets communicated or transmitted from one person to other person. But how does an infectious agent get communicated or get transferred from one person to other person? Infectious agent, it gets transferred through some route, or means of spread. Based on this means of spread, the diseases are classified. Here, diseases previously they are classified based on the infectious agent. Now the infectious agent will be getting transferred through different means of spread. Based on the category of infectious agent, diseases are of different types. Bacterial diseases, viral diseases, fungal diseases, protozoan diseases, helminth diseases, like that. But different organisms may be different, but some organisms, though they may be different, they may be using same means of spread. So based on means of spread, diseases are classified into different types. Sometimes under the same means of spread, different categories of infectious agents may be getting spread. So as per the means of spread, diseases are of different types. As per the infectious agent type, diseases are of different types. Okay. Based on the means of spread, the diseases are of 5 types. Airborne. The infectious agents are spread through air. The diseases that are transmitted as the infectious agent is getting transmitted through air. So such diseases are called airborne diseases. What is an airborne disease? A disease which is getting transferred from one person to other person as the infectious agent is getting transferred through air. Waterborne disease. A disease which is getting transferred from one person to other person as the infectious agent is getting transferred through water. Vector-borne or insect-borne mostly here, or insect-borne means insects. These are the major number of vectors. So sometimes we use an alternative term, but all vectors are not insects. What is vector? Vector is any animal that carries disease-causing agent from one person to other person. Such an animal is known as vector. In most of the cases, insects are the prominent vectors. So we are writing vector borne or insect borne. Right? For example, malaria. Malarial parasite, Plasmodium, it gets transmitted from one person to other person through female Anopheles mosquito. Right? Next, dengue fever. It is caused by a particular virus, and this virus is transmitted from one person to other person through Aedes aegypti mosquito. Okay, and many diseases, cholera-like diseases. Cholera, of course, foodborne and waterborne, it will come under that category. Many diseases, they are getting transmitted by the house flies, cockroaches, etc. Okay, so in many cases, elephantiasis, it is transmitted through Culex mosquito, right? Whatever it may be. If a disease causing agent, infectious agent, is getting transferred through an animal, then it is called vector borne. If that animal is an insect, then that disease is called insect borne disease. Okay. Food borne. If a disease causing agent spoils the food, and if that spoiled food is eaten by other person, then the disease causing agent enters the other person's body and causes the disease. The disease that is getting transferred by the or through the contaminated food is known as foodborne disease. Botulism is the best example for this foodborne disease. STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Certain disease causing agents, they get transferred from an infected individual to healthy sexual partner through the genital fluid transfer. As the genital fluids are exchanged in a sexual intercourse, if one of the sexual partners are already affected with such a disease causing agent which can get transferred through the genital fluids, then the opposite person gets that disease. As the disease causing agent is getting transferred through sexual intercourse, such disease is known as sexually transmitted diseases. Right? So I will just give some examples for all these diseases now. For airborne diseases, common cold, tuberculosis, influenza, etc. So, when the diseased person sneezes, through the disease causing agent enters the air through the air droplets, through the air droplets. The disease causing agent gets transferred from one person to other person, right? Like this. And this is, and airborne diseases can easily get spread in crowded living conditions. Crowded living conditions. Crowded living conditions. Crowded living conditions, they are very dangerous conditions. Through the crowded living conditions, the airborne diseases can get easily spread from one person to other person. Next, waterborne diseases. water-borne disease. Cholera, it is the best example for waterborne disease. If disease-causing agent gets mixed with drinking water, then these cholera-causing microbes, they get transferred to the persons that drink this unsafe drinking water. So, where there is absence of safe drinking water, this will actually cause the diseases to get spread, waterborne diseases, right? Next, insect-borne, already we have discussed. Vector-borne. Certain nematode diseases like teniasis, by eating improperly cooked beef and pork. By eating improperly cooked beef and pork, one will get these diseases. And we have learnt about malaria. Malaria is insect-borne disease. Of course, insect also one kind of vector. So we can write it can be vector-borne disease also. For food-borne disease, example is botulism. Right? There is an organism called Clostridium botulinum. It causes this botulism disease. And STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Syphilis, gonorrhea, AIDS, genital warts, all such diseases are caused by. Syphilis is caused by a bacterium known as Treponema pallidum. Gonorrhea is caused by Neisseria gonorrhoeae. AIDS is caused by HIV virus. Genital warts, okay, is also caused by a kind of virus. So with this We have discussed the types of diseases by means of different means of spread. Next class we will discuss organ specific manifestations and tissue specific manifestations of the diseases, followed by principles of treatment, principles of prevention. Three things we will discuss in the subsequent classes. Thank you.